Good evening. My name is Kevin Weaver, and tonight I'm here to talk to you about the terrorist organization known as Al-Shabaab. Now, Al-Shabaab historically has only been a domestic threat to its home country of Somalia, but recently it has started attacking outlying countries that it doesn't like and has also become more of a threat to Western interests. They're also associated with Al-Qaeda, which makes them a particular interest to the United States. Now this evening I'm going to talk to you about Al-Shabaab's history, along with their activities that they do, and then also the funding that provides for these activities. First off, the history. Now, Al-Qaeda has for many years been helping Al-Shabaab, and back in 1993 they helped Al-Shabaab during the Battle of Mogadishu. And also, in addition to helping, they also provided training for Al-Shabaab. Now, Al-Shabaab first began back in the 90s, and they were the militant wing of a group called the Supreme Islamic Courts Council. And that council was actually destroyed by the Ethiopians in 2006. But Al-Shabaab decided they liked what they were doing, so they continued conducting terrorist activities. Now, as they've done those things, they've made a little bit of a name for themselves, and some of the things that they do are quite infamous. Now, they conduct these activities with different types of resources. Your typical terrorist weapon is the AK-47, and in addition to the AK-47 they also use the RPG, or rocket-propelled grenade. I don't have an RPG with me today, but I do have an AK-47, and so this is an AK-47. It's made by a man named Kalashnikov. The man is still alive. It's one of the most effective weapons on Earth today, and this is a prime example of what is used by Al-Shabaab. Now, in addition to those weapons, they also use IEDs, or vehicle-borne IEDs. An IED stands for Improvised Explosive Device. VIED is Vehicle-Borne Improvised Explosive Device. And they use those so that they can ram a gate, and they'll commit suicide while using that IED. Now, using those weapons and also the training that they've received, they've conducted some effective attacks. They are responsible for the Nairobi, Kenya attack, and that's when they went to the Northgate Mall, and just 4 of them went and they killed multiple civilians. In addition to that, back in 2002, they shot an anti-aircraft missile up at an Israeli passenger jet that was passing by. They missed the jet, but they were responsible for that. Now, I'm sure you're wondering how Al-Shabaab provides or funds these activities, and it's a good question. They actually have multiple sources of income which we are trying to target as a nation. Now, one of those is piracy, and the Somalis are famous for their piracy. In addition to piracy, there's racketeering, where they have a legitimate business where they produce and sell things like sugar or charcoal. In addition to that, and of grave concern to the United States, is that there are different countries that are providing funds to Al-Shabaab. Those countries are Iran, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, or Yemen. Now, I've talked about the history of Al-Shabaab. I've also talked about their terrorist activities and also the funds that provide for these terrorist activities. Thank you for your time. Do you have any questions?